Welcome to the TriniTechcast, episode number 97. This is the first live episode for the year 2025. All that you have been hearing before was definitely not pre-recorded. Nope, we were not on vacation. No, we were here all the time because we care about you. Actually, I'm lying. We were all on vacation. My name is Mr. Charles, Andre Charles from makeITsimpleTT, and this is my co-host. He is Akeem Dare from Redbit_Tech. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, it's too late to still say Happy New Year, or
some people say you could do it until the end of January if you see it for the first time.
Okay. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I know people, you're signing off on all your New Year's resolutions and all of that this time around, but yeah, New Year, new things, new goals, new aspirations.
Nope. Nope. Don't lie to yourself. I set goals in November last year and they're still rolling over. Somebody asked me if I write down anything. I was like, nah, last November I set the goals by, and well, it just so happened that, January came and the same goals still apply. Nothing.
So I mean, how was the Christmas?
Christmas was it was a little bit hectic with the children because, well, as you all know, my children are preteens. Well, they're teenagers now, almost one teenager, one preteen. But basically, driving up and down, carrying them places, doing what they had to do, sending them, dropping them by their friends, whatever it is, and spending a lot of money on Christmas. A lot.
Yeah.
But I guess the highlight is the VR headset. I buy a Meta Quest 3S for my daughter.
Oh, okay. For her or you buy it for you?
Well, the sad part about it is it was bought for her and I was looking forward to using it.
Yeah.
When I use that thing, I feel like I was on the Bocas and Tobago because I get motion sickness. And I know that motion sickness is a side effect that some people just get. Yeah, but mine was bad. Headaches, everything. The only thing I do is vomit. So I can't even put on the headset. I mean, I could put it on and watch Netflix.
It could probably take some, I was going to say take some grav oil, but that make you feel sleepy.
It make you feel sleepy, yes. And it's get kind of dehydrated when you do it too. And it ain't that serious. The games I was playing like some cricket game. It had cricket, it had football, all the sports games. I was trying to find it and play it. Yeah. But I can't deal with it. So tough, boy. So she using it alone. Well, she and my son, they would use it alone and they having fun.
Yeah, well, for me, I feel like this year was like one of the first times in a while I feel like I child during Christmas,
You got an Android phone? Sorry.
Nah. I got some my aunt bought me some speakers for my desktop, my gaming computer. With LED and the full works. And my mom bought me an Apple Watch.
What? Nah. Like, that's crazy. Series 6? Or what series?
Nah, a normal, regular. The new, she does buy a normal, what do you call it, an SE or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Just like,
Wait, now, you didn't have a smartwatch before?
I had a Fitbit. I had like a cheap Fitbit, but going through the airport, customs, I take off everything.
Yeah.
I forget to put it back on. So this gift was like a real
man, forget to put it back on that way you say. Okay.
Yeah. So this gift come in real handy. Like, this was like the perfect gift.
Okay.
And but she didn't even know I'll lose the Fitbit. She bought it before.
Oh. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. And you like the unlock features and all them kind of things that you could do the Apple Watch now.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody tell me
now that I have it, I was like, well, I didn't have one all the time.
Yeah, the ecosystem.
Yeah, now I'm locked in.
So your phone don't lock when you have your watch close to it?
No, I don't think so. And you could unlock the watch with the phone. You can do Siri from the phone. You could get calls. It's seamless.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool. feel like a kid again. Nah, nobody bought me anything. I have zero things. I buy a new watch. That's because my other watch it had an unfortunate accident.
A smartwatch.
Yeah, I have a Amazfit T-Rex Pro. What I do is basically I buy it because the battery life is 20 days.
Yeah,
So-
that one I don't like about this.
So-
I have to charge it almost every day.
Yeah, that madness. My watch, when I charge that, I know for sure I get in 2 weeks. And if I run into a jam and my watch nearly dead, I could put it to charge for 5 minutes and it will last for a day. So
Yeah.
So I had to buy a new watch by force, but in the process, I had to open up my other watch to see something, and I realized the battery swell because I do some shippiness, and I think the battery end up getting like it get water damage or something, I think like that. Even though it's waterproof, but anyhow, all you know, I'm a tinkerer, so I was tinkering a little too far, and I caused a problem, so I ended up having to buy a new watch. But other than that, no toys for me. I was just 3D printing anything that I could possibly print.
Yeah.
And I use out most of my filament. The last thing I print was a insert from a toolkit because I realized my toolkit was real disorganized. So I measured the toolkit. This is the first time I actually measure and resize something like almost like custom without. So I want to get to the point where I could use 3D modeling software and make whatever I want. But I take real time to learn the software and learn the shortcuts and all that kind of things. So this is the first time I took something and I refactored it to fit my needs and it worked. So now I'm feeling kind of confident. But I don't have time to do that now. So after exams and we reach to like July, August, I will be back in 3D printing tinkerer mode. But right now I'll just 3D print anything that is pre-made now, depending.
Yeah, that's cool.
I 3D print shelves for my son too. Yeah, he had wanted some shelves up in the room, and instead of going and buy the brackets.
Or shelves, like bookshelves.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I 3D print them brackets by
Okay.
and they holding up. Kind of crazy, but yeah. So that was me for Christmas. And you're gonna tell them where you were? No, you're not gonna tell them.
I was well in the cold.
Yeah, he was in the cold, experiencing first world technology.
Yeah.
And we here have a
Yeah, I mean, I come back to, as I said, I come back to a state of emergency and I'm the Prime Minister.
Yeah, things like that. I told you. So for today's show, here's what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be going through one. TSTT is going to integrate bots. Well, that's what they said. And integrating bots into their services, customer service, whatever it is. We read the article and we'll see what they say. Next thing is there is a AI guy named Brevard Nelson, and he has some things to say about how AI is not going to replace human intelligence. And we could talk about it a little more because AI has reached a kind of, not maturity, but it's in toddler stage. And in toddler stage is when you start to see some personality come out and you realize maybe this is not as cool of a human being as I thought it was. Maybe this is not as cute as I thought. Because Sam Altman doing the most. And the last thing is CES was all about robots. And boy, oh boy, they had a lot of robots. We have one that we could focus on. But then we will see all other kinds of robots that CES has. And I don't know.
It had some not questionable, but it had some types of robots. I was like,
yes,
crazy.
there was a questionable one. I wanted to talk about it, but I don't think I will. But we might mention it when we reach that point.
Yeah,
We will see how
like-
the conversation goes. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. We'll talk about it. So, all right. So let's go into our first story, which is TSTT to introduce bots right after this break, right? Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to makeITsimpleTT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you can check us out, 308-8799. You can check our services out, or you can go to makeITsimpleTT.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. Back to the podcast. All right. I think this article here in The Guardian, TSTT to introduce bots, says CEO, and the CEO is
The Express.
This one is The Express. Okay, sorry. The other one is The Guardian. Thank you very much. Yeah. So the telecommunications services of Trinidad and Tobago plans to introduce artificial intelligence in the not too distant future by utilizing bots to transform the customer experience and increase efficiency, according to Chief Executive Officer Kent Weston. However, you know they had to say this part. Weston said that the introduction of AI is not intended to replace jobs. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So in the medium term, we'll introduce AI by adopting bots to transform the customer experience and increase our team's efficiency. Bots absolutely make it easier to deliver with high accuracy. Many times we think about them as replacing people, but they're really here to enhance. So he's saying nice stuff. He's saying good things. The last paragraph is what I'm really concerned about. He says customers want to use our services. They tell us day after day, well, give me a reason to stay. From there, the steps that we had to make with the team were making sure our components are intact and making sure service is at a level we expect. Ultimately, it means rebranding from the inside, he said. Customers want to use our services. I'm not sure who will put their head on a block and say that TSTT services work well.
So, I mean, I's probably not the right person, because I don't have, I don't do anything with TSTT, so I wouldn't be in a position to talk about their customer service experience, you know, but I guess you...
Yeah,
right.
Well, okay. Do you have problems with your Digicel data?
No.
I get real people complaining about Digicel data.
Oh, for real?
And yeah,
in terms of like it
not
working.
Yeah, not just speed, it just not working. But me, my B-Mobile data, I don't think I ever had any major problem to say, okay, like let me say I'm somewhere where Wi-Fi not working.
Yeah.
I am fully confident if I take off my Wi-Fi, my data will just be there. And I okay with that. I'm cool with that. No problems, no issues at all. And that's data and internet. So people like us, and I have unlimited data. Not unlimited data. I have the unlimited plan now, which is basically 80 gigs and whatnot. My biggest problem would be when I have to go into when I have to go into B-Mobile to do things. So let me say I have my data plan and I want to upgrade it. I can't call and do that because one place will say that it exists, one place will say that it do exist, one place will say that you could do this, one other place will say you could do that, because TSTT don't have like official stores anymore. They only have
the
outlets, third-party merchants, basically, branded with B-Mobile. And most of the times, if I have to do anything, I know I telling myself, yeah, boy, I had to go into that stupid store. And
so you can just call TSTT or go on the chat and say, upgrade my plan to some other plan? Or like within the app?
With our app?
Yeah. Well, I think
there's
so.
Oh, well, okay. Let me talk about the app.
Go app, whatever.
It had Be Online. It had something called Be Online, and then it have Be something and Be, whatever it is. It was once an app and then was a website and whatnot. So to get my bills, I know how to get it and those other things. But I don't chat with when I chat with try to go on the B-Mobile chat, the link that was on the main website was dead. And I had to go to a sublink to get to another page to get to the link for the chat to work. And most times I would go to the chat to try to get anything done and then realize I had to go inside. And worse yet, the chat does tell you, you are 7 in queue. You are 6 in the queue. You are 5, 4. And it's reached to you are 0 in the queue and then still stay for another 20 minutes while sitting down there because I know I'm not going to stand up. So if they put bots in place, I would welcome it. I definitely think that as a TSTT customer, a B-Mobile customer, I want it. And if it could run me through something that makes sense. Now, I've bounced up some other local entities that have put bots, so-called bots, into their online experience, and it's horrible. I ain't gonna call any name. It's our bank. But this thing is leading me nowhere. It not get me anywhere, yeah.
What I would say is that not just local, it have big brands too. When they try to put bots in place, I just always end up trying to talk to a human because sometimes what you're looking for or the problem you have is be so nuanced that the bot, what you're trying to tell the bot, it don't really, as I say, is get the same problem. It don't guide you into the right place, and it's always end up trying to talk to a human.
Yeah.
But
the promise would
so within that specific scenario you have, right, trying to upgrade a plan, that's a postpaid plan or a prepaid plan?
Postpaid. I don't know nothing about prepaid. It took me a while to find out that you cannot upgrade the family plan. They have one family plan, and that is all they have.
Okay. So in a scenario like that, I don't think the bot will be able to upgrade the plan. I think what you're talking about might be regular customer service things. You have a problem, it might help you with some troubleshooting stuff and things like that to upgrade your plan. I'm not well, it depends on how they implement things, but I'm not sure they might integrate all things like that into the bot.
Okay. What will somebody use the online chat for? More than likely, if they use any online chat, they just want to talk to a human.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna go to the online chat to get routed to a set of predetermined response. Well, not a predetermined response. It's AI, so it will most likely try to understand what you're asking for. But once you have a website and a portal or some kind of thing like that, you could just log in and get everything that you need. Nobody gonna be like, "Hi there, chatbot, can you tell me my balance?" And then it asks you basic information and then put your balance there. Just log into the app and do that. When you reach to these chatbots, you definitely want some sort of problem solved. Now, before they used to have deterministic thinking, where option 1 is a kind of flowchart, a kind of decision tree kind of vibes, right? Mm-hmm. So the decision tree vibes will be there. But now with the AI, you're thinking that based on the historical data that it has been trained on, it will be able to answer your question more intelligently and actually help your problem or solve at least a piece of your problem. But
so you know what too? It depends on if it's just like a chatbot, or if it's like a bot that has, that empowered to do more stuff.
Like an LLM?
Something like that. I'll give you a example of something I experienced while I was up there, right? When I travel. So I have a credit card up there, and it was upgraded a few months ago, right? And they were supposed to send a new credit card for the upgraded one, right, to replace the old one. So when I went up, I realized it wasn't delivered. So I called and I began talking to a bot, like a chat bot, on the phone, right? So the bot on the thing, it verify my identity or whatever, and I tell it speaking words, like not just typing type in any numbers or anything, right? I was talking like this, tell it my card wasn't delivered and it was a card to be upgraded, and it was able to tell me, like, it check whatever system, it tell me your card was never shipped, it apologized to me, it generated a new card, it confirmed, it asked me to confirm my mailing address, and it sent a new card to me, and in a few days I got the card. And all of that interaction wasn't with a human, it was with a bot, and just talking to it, you know. So if it's something like that, you know, integrated and could check certain things, but again, if it's something like that, you're replacing a human, and he's saying I'm replacing a human, because all I talk about there is a human that does do that right now.
But what does a telecommunications company have to do that is so complex that AI would do it better than just, like, think of our context, right? Think of our context. What people want to know the most with the prepaid phone? Where my money gone? Who thief my money? What services were used for my money? So if I go to this AI assistant, and I ask, why do I do not have any money on my phone? And then it rattle off a list of things that would have taken place that got my money down, which is the same thing as go to a customer service rep for. You want to ask them why it had no money, and they'll tell you, hold on, let me go and check your account. Check your account or whatnot. If they could do that, then that would be the best thing that I could see, because that's the most, well, I have no data to back this up, but I would assume that that's one of the biggest queries, because that's one of the biggest problems people complain about all the time. They thief more money. After they thief more money, what's the next thing that anybody wants to know from their mobile customer?
But like, even within, like, before you go on, even within that scenario, if with the AI chatbot provide either one, it not accurate, or one, it can't find the reason why it thief my money. It thief your money or whatever.
You got to talk to a human, yeah. But it should be able to do that. If they go and put it in, that is what I think would be the goal. Now, the second thing that people are... What was that?
In the scenario, say you're talking to a human and you ask the human, where my money? What the human does tell you back? Does tell you... There's like, that is what it do. Does give you a readout, right?
Yeah, a readout, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give you a readout of... You took a bly, and because you took that bly, it had $15 negative on your account. So when you put the $30 card, it's only $15 was actually there. And then you made a call, and then when you made a call to this particular number, it was not a toll-free number, and something like that, and they'll tell you all the drama, and then you think, okay, cool, that is where my money gone. Yeah. They need that. I think that's what they need. The next thing that most people want to do with their phone, because most of the people is prepaid customers, because all the postpaid people, they know to go on the app and download your bill, or check your bill, or read or see your bill at that point in time. All the prepaid customers, they just want to put money on their phone. And when they put money on their phone and the money does not go on their phone, they want to know why. So they might call. And when they call and say, I tried to put this card on and it didn't go to my phone or whatnot, whatever the case, no AI going and figure that out. A human had to kind of jump in there and ask, okay, what day did you try to put the card in? Did you press this? Did you press that? All that kind of stuff. And somebody who frustrated with respect to their money, they want to talk to no AI. They'll be like, I'm going to talk to a human and done.
Yeah.
And I've seen a telecommunications company maximizing AI. However, it is possible that there may be some blind spots that we have, because we don't know what other telecommunications companies are doing in the States.
Yeah. Well, with Digicel have a little initial, well, at least the last time I checked it, have a little chatbot. Well, I'll say chatbot, I'm not sure if it's AI, where there's some pre-listed categories you could see. Like, you could ask it general questions, and if it can't answer a question, it's put in a queue to talk to a human. So, if it's something like that, then I mean, it'd probably be better than not actually having nowhere to go and find support. You know, like in your case where you say it don't really have a channel, but in terms of really pushing the ball and maximizing AI, if it's just something like a basic chatbot like that, yeah, probably.
No. Yeah, you know what the AI is going to do? Not just deal with customer service, but on the inside, this going on start to generate leads and promotions and who they should promote to and all that kind of drama. That is where this thing would like make the most amount of impact. Because if it sees that somebody is always on a postpaid plan and they're always reaching 95% of their limit, then a programmer would have had to code in some sort of thing to be like, okay, data analytics and all that kind of thing to figure out who to advertise to next. Yeah. Now at least the text messages I get would be not utterly useless.
You think they're going to integrate AI into all of that, into like the analytics? Or
I feel so.
You feel so?
I feel that would be the wisest thing to do, because the article says that they want to do efficiency and in the medium term by adopting bots to transform the customer experience and increase our team's efficiency. Yeah, that's inside.
That could be increasing efficiency, could be maximizing resources. In terms of if you have 10 customer support people and you have chatbots helping, you could, and that 10 people you support 200 people. When you add the chatbots, you could probably support 300 people, because you have something filtering everybody. That could kind of filter out the requests that the chatbot could deal with, and then the real requests that need the human, it will actually reach the human.
Okay.
So it could kind of increase your volume. If it was 200,
well, that's it.
Yeah.
That is, I understand what you're saying. That makes sense. That is like that would be the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
The internal one would be the harder one. Yeah. All right. Well, then I put it on the outside, and honestly, I don't know anybody who's go to the chat by default. I know most people else dial *100 and call.
You know, when it's go to the chat when they hide all the phone numbers like Amazon.
Hey, Amazon AI, I started using that for reviews now. Where instead of going through reading all the reviews, I'd be like, okay, what do customers say about the battery life for this?
Yeah.
And then they'll summarize it, and I'll be like, thank you very much. Because when I read into reviews, I'm looking for certain things, and they used to have the ability to search, and you could kind of like pull up keywords, kind of like I find in a word processor, and you could find all the reviews that mention that word. But with the AI assistant on Amazon, I find shopping a little easier now.
But and now,
Is
and
Rufus
they
his name, right?
do supply like a summary by default.
Yes,
for
the
all
summary does come
reviews.
by default. Correct, yes.
Yeah.
It'll summarize all the reviews, and then you could ask further questions. Rufus is the name, I think.
Rufus.
Yeah, I real glad for that. Especially when they're dealing with like clothing items.
Yeah.
It'll be real hard for me to go and find the person who's 6'4", because I always look for a review for somebody who say that they're 6'4", and then see what they say about the clothes or whatever it is. Now I could just be like, do the reviews mention anything about anybody that's 6'4"? What do they have to say? That summary saved me, and I buy a pants fit. And I was like, hey, that went well. Now I could buy more. Because usually when I buy clothes on Amazon, it's a hit or miss. So I have to buy one, see how it fits. If it fit properly, then I like, okay, no, I had to buy a size up or buy a size down, and then I could buy more of them because I know.
Okay.
But now I feel kind of comfortable that I could buy one and know that it will fit, and probably buy, because if you buy more, of course, it will come up cheaper.
Yeah.
So
I never really buy much clothes on Amazon.
I
Just
buy all
like I'll buy t-shirts, because I probably wear them just medium, and that kind of standard. But pants, I never really buy pants on Amazon.
Yeah, I also had to buy pants because all them
They
river
don't get it here.
cross, them river crossing pants has been selling in Trinidad and Tobago. They just never have the length that I want, and if it have the length that I want, it's a boat. I mean, it's not a boat; it's a flag.
Yeah, big.
Like
the waist big.
Yeah, the waist big, because they think that big waist means long leg, and I'm not that big, but my legs long. Yeah, but we'll see how TSTT handle it, and I kind of look forward to it whenever I do have to talk to them. But as it stands right now, I don't need to ask them anything because I went in, I get my eSIM, I set up the family plan, and have nothing else to do with TSTT besides pay my bill.
How much the eSIM plans be, if you don't mind?
It's not an eSIM plan, it's just a SIM. $50. $50 to get the SIM, and they get the QR code on a piece of paper.
Okay, and you keep the same plan, you pay the same amount.
Yep.
Digital, let's charge you more for eSIM plan.
Nah, you lie.
Yeah.
You for real?
Yeah.
Oh, shucks. No, that's not cool. That's not cool at all, because a eSIM does nothing different for the plan.
Yeah. I don't go in and try and call them and me paying a bit more for eSIM plan. And like if I wanted that eSIM postpaid, I'd have to pay more than I pay now. No,
man. No, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Okay. Thanks, eSIM. Well, since we're on the topic of AI again, another AI person from the Caribbean has said something about artificial intelligence in Trinidad. So come back after the break and talk about that one. Let's see what they have to say. Right now you're listening to Trini TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and Cape Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality Cape Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out at 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeITsimpleTT.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. Back to the podcast. So where have we heard this sentence before? AI will not soon replace human intelligence. This is according to Brevard Nelson, co-founder and managing director of Caribbean Ideas Synapse, situated on Wainwright Street, Port of Spain. Okay. Company helps clients understand modern technology and other aspects of their business. In an interview with the Business Guardian, Nelson said the proponents of AI argue that it represents the future of efficiency and innovation, and that AI systems powered by machine learning and big data can process vast amounts of data. However, he said that Nelson noted that the advocates for human intelligence emphasize the qualities that make people uniquely capable of navigating complex, nuanced situations. These include creativity, emotional intelligence, ethical reasoning, and the ability to think abstractly, all of which are challenging for AI to replicate. Well, for now. So this is like a consultant, and kind of saying that there's some jobs that AI is not going to replace, which we've talked about already. But what I want to talk about is he said, yes, there's been some displacement in specific kinds of jobs, but more importantly, there's been a creation of new jobs and new industries that didn't exist before. Roles that involve managing AI systems, interpreting AI-generated insights, and ensuring ethical AI use are becoming increasingly important. A notable example of the coexistence, Nelson said, is the financial sector, where companies use AI algorithms for trading and investment strategies, but human analysts still play a crucial role in interpreting data and making strategic decisions. So this article here, I chose this one because this is on the heel of Jensen Chang, NVIDIA CEO. He said, and I quote, that IT departments will turn into HR managers for AI employees in the near future.
And piggybacking off of that, Zuckerberg did a podcast with Joe Rogan last week, I believe, and he said that AI systems at Meta will be capable of writing code like mid-level engineers very soon. Yeah.
I think that this article a little, what's the word, boy? It is 2021 AI talking about.
And he said in 2025. Let me send the there's like a 30 second,
like 2023, yeah.
It's like a 30 second clip. Because
yeah.
And we call it. We could just play it.
I think we reach into the point where you sent on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. reaching to the point where AI or artificial intelligence is doing a lot more than we bargained for. And
like, I noticed, like, what I saw the other day too, like, for Christmas, Coca-Cola used to do these ads for the polar bear.
A fully AI one, yeah.
Yeah. Correct. I mean, like, for me, you could tell it's AI, but say my mom or other, they're not looking for it, and they'll be like, oh.
I'll tell you a story about that, because I'll talk about that at lunch with somebody. Like, watch a clip. Yeah. So we steering this thing down that it getting smarter, but not getting smarter because of like it figuring out it's being trained a lot more and it's being refined. And everybody putting a large amount of effort behind this thing, like ridiculously high amounts of effort. This is the quote from Jensen Huang. IT companies will become HR of HIEs. Here's a statement. In a lot of ways, the IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future. Because he had this graph of the chips that they're building, and based on the chips that they're building, there's a particular goal that they have, which is to build a chip that'll be able to process the whole internet. And he had the chip on the keynote in CES. So he was saying, this one chip here will be able to process the whole internet. And I was like, what he mean by process the whole internet? And I think he means it'll be able to handle all of the requests for all the websites on the internet and route them to the correct places, because artificial intelligence will be able to do it a lot smarter and efficiently based on trends and analysis that's really quick. And this is where I think AI is really going to be the most useful. Everybody thought like ChatGPT was the mecca of AI, being able to like answer questions and things quickly. I really think it's going to revolutionize the quick decision making that humans make that usually takes them 8 hours to implement and then put it in place the next day. They're going to do it in 8 minutes because of understanding this. Okay, this is how they want it to work. I can do it a lot faster. So things will get a lot more efficient and it will work. So human intelligence,
not just more efficient, it's gonna start replacing humans. Like this article where he say it not gonna replace. It probably won't replace certain jobs right now. Like say if it's a lawyer or a doctor, certain roles, but it literally replacing human. Like the example I gave earlier with the my credit card. That is our job right now. Somebody does do internet. That's not, you can't do that with a bot. And like say 2 or 3 years ago, that was our job in the US. So it literally replacing humans. Like it could probably say that level of job, but as with the other clip, it gonna replace other high level jobs too. Mid-level engineer, like over the past 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, and even with the election or whatever, I thought the whole thing about, in terms of America first, in terms of the job and not shipping your jobs offshore, and a lot of us, and even here too, you might ship some of your IT jobs offshore, outsourced to India, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, correct.
No, it's not outsourced to India, it's outsourced to AI.
Yeah. I see it had
But yeah.
AI assistants that was being sold for $1 a day, $6 a day, and all you had to do is tell it what to do.
Yeah. I mean, say ChatGPT is
Good.
20 US a month divided by 30 is less than if it's like that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, the company selling these workers, they come in and they spending time like training, like you're training the worker. They will train the AI and then they will say, okay, cool, this employee is ready to work for you because they understand how your company works now. And $6 a day versus whatever minimum wages in the States. That is a steal.
You have to realize too, right? These guys will say things publicly and whatever, and like even Zuckerberg, but at the end of the day, their bottom line is profit, you know.
Of course,
if they
it's a business,
could have an AI doing a human job, right? You don't have to pay, you don't have a salary to pay. You might just have to pay the cost around the AI. You don't have a salary to pay. You have to think about sick leave if you get pregnant, health insurance. And you can run this AI 24/7. You don't have to go home.
Yeah.
It don't get sick. You know, so them guys gonna be pushing this hard in the background to try and get this. And the thing about it too, they will be pushing it hard in the background, but then realize, I don't know, like in the long run, you go push this so hard, and then what's gonna happen to the humans that are getting pushed out? I know that they say you'll have different other jobs, but you know,
it will span into economics and politics and all them other things that we don't like to talk
culture
about. But one of the things that it will start to push a little more is universal basic income, because everybody gonna have to switch around how the economy does work.
I like part of me like that whole universal basic income thing. I think that would be a good thing, because humans need like a purpose in terms of something to work towards. If you're just getting up every day and you have everything already provided for, and it's like that type of life is like some people reach a point like, what's the purpose of all this? I just getting up, all this basic income, and nothing to work towards, and nothing to excite me, to innovate, to push the bar. You know, it's like, for me too, I need to get up and like.
I understand what you're saying. But it has no purpose when a company say to themselves, "Oh, I could make $3 trillion when I was making 2 last year. All I have to do is send these people on your breadline." Okay, cool, no problem. So what you're gonna have is some very, very huge mega companies making trillions of dollars, and people who have no jobs because the job market literally dry up, because they promise you all of these new opportunities are going to open up where you're going to have to apply your humanity and your intelligence and make the final call and all them kind of things. But if we face it, most of the industries and jobs in the world are very deterministic, where there's an input, there's a process, and there's an output. Once there's an input, process, and output, AI will eventually figure that out. It's possible to train them. Is where the output is not determined. Like, you don't know what the output is like. An artist, when somebody is going to paint, you don't know exactly what the output is going to look. They have a vision of what they want to paint, but then as they go through the process, they do this, they do that, they whatnot, and then they come out with whatever it is. AI can't do that per se, but that is art and that is philosophy and all that kind of thing. Not everybody gonna be able to do that. All the deterministic work gonna have real people. No, it are places like Japan and China and thing, where the population density is gonna start to go down because they stop having babies and all that kind of thing. If the population start to drop and people stop having as much children, maybe that might kind of balance it off, because you're not going to create all sorts of people that hunting for jobs in the job market. But that like 50 to 100 years off. So in the next 50 years, we in for a wild ride. We in for a real wild ride. And the only thing I'm sure about is the people that could use AI are the ones that are going to make it out, because you will be smart enough to know what AI can't do. So therefore, you will build your business or your strategy around how you could use this AI to enhance what you want to do. But the people who just focus on deterministic jobs, you'll get eat up bad.
Yeah, but that's like we now lay out there, right? People who could notice what AI can do and try to build a business around that versus the people who might be left behind. Right? That first scenario is the exception. The majority of people not going to be able to determine that and build anything around it. Meaning the majority of people is be dependent on a 9 to 5. Go and do something.
Yeah. And it ain't going to have all them 9 to 5s anymore. Like even in Trinidad, and Samacal, all them big companies and them, they care about their bottom line. Them not studying that's why like when minimum wage go up and things, people just get laid off because they're like, a minimum wage going up. Yeah. A whole $2 extra I had to pay. All right, somebody
get less hours.
Yeah, you get less hours or some kind of thing. Yeah, something like that. You're going to be in that position. And the people that work in like factories and thing, who's here? The packing shelves and thing, that gone. You have nothing to do there. What you gonna do? Be wise on how to pack the shelves better? No, the AI figuring out how to pack that better because they doing the efficiency thing too.
Like
yeah.
So when I was up there, they talking about packing shelves, right?
Yeah.
I had somebody I know up there, right? They were working in an Amazon factory.
Yeah.
While they were there, they had AI robots there that was kind of learning like what they was doing.
What he's doing, yeah.
And a month after, they sent everybody home and the robots replaced them.
Yeah, he worked himself out of a job.
Yeah, so it come like, back in, I might say back in the day, because this might be how it is. Back in the day, you're training a replacement, and as a human, now the AI looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there's no technical job, it's like a physical job.
Yeah. We ain't got no job, but me, I telling you, like right now, my children had my son probably will end up having to choose subjects in like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be able to be like, bro, if you go into this field, there is nothing that's going to be there by the time you're ready for a job. So get into a position where you could utilize as much of humanity as possible, but be ready and able to use artificial intelligence to make things better, because that's what's gonna make you employable. If somebody realize that you could make them more money with your skills, then get those skills.
Yeah. Call me like 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I was now going into UE and I was like, IT, that's the area, that's where all the jobs. And I mean, that was the reality. We had a boom, but now,
correct.
Like I was watching a video, a guy was talking about, he in college now, he's studying computer science, and he in a kind of dilemma because they don't have much jobs. After he got, like even right now, so you started on like a computer science degree. People used to make fun of people who do arts and philosophy and thing.
What are you doing? Literature?
Now it's like, what? You do comp sci?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not there right now. I mean, it still have value, but as I said, like right now, that job market in the US probably real competitive just for the fact that over the past 4 years, they release a lot of human engineers.
Yeah.
Like tens of thousands of people get laid off. So you as a graduating ComSci student in the US, you know that's competing against your peers who have no experience. You're competing against men who have 10,
who experience and looking for
who work Google,
low-level jobs.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So is that job market up there? It's like
yeah. I agree with you. I totally agree with you, and I understand. And I was telling some child asked me what you should do. I said, well, you should probably go into robotics. At least you'll end up being a technician. Or do something with electrical, some sort of electrical engineering and ComSci, so that you'll at least be able to fix things. You'll start there. Because fixing things, you'll be... For them to create a robot to fix another robot, we are a little way off of that. I mean, it could be done. I'm sure it could be done. But the way they're focusing with AI right now is to focus on internal business processes, input, process, output. And if we get to the point where robots fixing themselves, well then that's our next hurdle to cross that we'll probably face in 10 years.
They're probably already training them to do that.
I think so. But to probably determine where a robot needs help. Anyway, they probably have like self-diagnostics and all them kind of thing. Yeah, it's a wild ride. It's a real wild ride. But I'm also convinced, being on the good side of it, that the same thing happened when factories started to get automated. And there was a lot of concern about the people who used to work on the assembly lines, and they would get and granted that the scale of this is a lot bigger because the world is a lot more connected than when it was the Industrial Revolution. So the AI revolution.
And AI not just isolated to like factory, like how factory workers just isolated. AI could impact everything, like a lawyer, an accountant, an engineer. It could impact every area. Yeah.
So that's why I say it have a lot to do with economics, how governments understand culture, economics, money, cost of living. All of them things had to come into play, because the way that money is going to be made, some companies gonna be ridiculously rich because they have less people to pay. And once those companies get ridiculously rich, do you tax them more? And if you tax them more, how do you use the taxes to affect your society? And if you use the taxes to help the society, do you go the route of universal basic income, or do you go the route of giving people some sort of grants or some kind of thing? Or do you try to create a society where those people who have been displaced by these super rich companies get a job teaching music or some kind of thing like that? Because it had to have some sort of higher up decision making when you're basically gonna make other companies very, very rich. That's gonna be the bottom line. Right? Some companies, because of it, will just get real rich.
Yeah, I mean it has some as you talk about manufacturing, it has some parallels like in the 90s, I think in the 90s or whatever, where a lot of manufacturing started getting outsourced to China, and because of the low cost or whatever. And in the, what you call it, the 2000s and 2010s, a lot of the IT work started getting outsourced to India.
To India, yeah. Because of the large amount of people, yeah, correct.
The 2020s and 2030s might be
outsourced to AI.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll get outsourced to AI. And well, whereas when it was outsourced to other countries, those countries used to benefit by getting work for their people. Now it's going to get outsourced to AI, and the AI is going to be managed by somebody, NVIDIA, and the people who going to benefit will be the company that's selling the chips, or the company that could program the AI, and now going to put them,
And right now, the outsourcing to India, like a lot of companies out, like I see, like it's our company, some of our vendors where I work, they outsource some of the whole departments to India, right? So some of them doing that real heavy, and the companies or consultants or whoever in India building the AI are probably going to replace them.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I wish I wish I had an answer, but die for my son to figure out.
No, I mean we are the ones who build in the world that they're gonna inherit. So it come like we are the ones who are the responsible. Can't just leave it up to them. Cause it come like
I build in it. I don't think I build in
yeah,
it.
but we generation is not us directly, but you know, people our age and older, probably younger.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So it's we handing them, not directly, but indirectly handing over that type of world to your son and my daughter after. So
just have plenty of discussions that we could, plenty of things, quite a real implications to China, because we could even talk about tourism, but I'm sure we'll have another conversation about this as the year goes on. Because I have some views on tourism and how tourism could be the golden goose that people will start to run to eventually.
Need investment into it.
Yeah. All right. We talk a lot about robots and how robots are taking away jobs and things in Amazon. Well, let me look at some robots from CES and see. Like, coming back after the break, you will, we might end up talking about the controversial one, but we'll come back after this. So CES has been the CES of robots. There was a time when CES was for the latest cell phones and all of this mobile technology and TVs and 4K TV. Remember it had 4K TVs and 8K TVs?
8K,
and all kind of thing in CES. Nobody cares about that now anymore because everybody some people have a 8K TV home and they don't even know. They just be like, buy a TV in a Black Friday sale, but or they might have a 4K TV and they're looking just like a 1080p or whatnot. This CES was all about robots, and boy, I was like, every time I see these things come up in my feed, I was like, whoa, these robots crazy. So this website, livescience.com, has an article with 17 of the strangest robots that they saw at CES, from lifelike robots to dogs to all kind of things. So this one is the Pixar lamp. You know the Pixar, kind of light thing right here. This one is actually walk around, and the lamp does follow you. And it wouldn't, and it just walk around and shine a light. But it's $30,000 for it. Yeah. But it adapts its surroundings and all kind of things. So imagine you have a lamp and you need to see something, and they tell the lamp come and shiny light here for me. Like, you don't need children anymore.
Your wife.
This one, this one is one that could help at home. So this one learns over time, and you could change the hardware on the arms, so it will adapt to its surroundings and it follows what you do. So you teach it once, and then teach it how to pick up stuff and move it, and then it just follow you. But it don't have legs and things. It's stationary, but it's move up and down on this kind of sliding thing. But the arms have, I think, 4 points of rotation, and it have dexterity and that kind of thing. So that was cool. Then it had the pool cleaning one. You throw this in your pool, and it will just drive up and down the pool and clean off all the algae from the ground, so you don't have to chlorinate it as much. That's weird. But I guess there are people who have pools. What's this weird one? This is a drone that is roll, but also is roll and fly. So it could roll in any direction, and then when you're ready to fly, it'll just fly.
So this one here.
I don't know. Yeah. What's that?
Number 5.
Yeah. So this is a humanoid robot, but they The people that show me this one call it the Botox robot. Real robotics engineers, they call it the Botox robot because you could see the cheeks and the lips and everything. It's a little voluptuous.
Yeah.
But it talks to you and wants to be your romantic companion, which is a Black Mirror episode that I don't think we're ready for. Like,
I mean,
because you know it.
I think it has some people that just do that to actual, well, not robots, but like
dolls.
Yeah,
yes,
like
they had the dolls.
The doll, and so at least,
yeah.
So this year, speaking directly to them, at least this would talk back to you.
This remind me of the OnlyFans owner, the OnlyFans interview. The CEO of OnlyFans was saying, "Yeah, I have a market, and everybody just vexed that I tapped into that market." And I was like, "Okay, so the people that are making this robot just saying to themselves, there is a market."
Yeah, and you know it might be a big market, Japan.
Why?
I think
actually, I don't want to.
No, I think like Japan they have men who have dolls, like, and I forget what you call them. Like single men.
Yeah, there's homophogenized them, basically treated like a human.
Yeah,
basically treated like a human, marry and thing. Okay. Then this is a SwitchBot, which is like a household robot that you could make it do many things. So this one our YouTube video. I don't know if it's a whole minute. Yeah. So you could put arms on it, and you could put like but it's a vacuum cleaner, and then you could attach. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so you could put different attachments on it, and it does different things. So I would worry about maintenance for this because they had to buy consumables, and if the arm break, you had to replace the arm and all that kind of stuff. But that was cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind, trying out this one because I'm a robot vacuum cleaner guy myself. This is a turtle that it purifies the ocean.
Tries to clean it up.
I don't know how to clean it up, but yeah. Yeah. That one was a concept. This one, Samsung Star Wars Home Droid. Nope. Having these things rolling around your house, it just looks creepy. I don't think most people would. Besides, I don't know. It have a projector on it, and it have a camera, and I don't know. Maybe I might put it for security purposes. Like if somebody come in the house, they'll come and be like, "Hi, I've got you on camera," and then when you try to catch it, it'll run away from you real fast. Something like that. This one, the quadruped dog, this one could flip and run and go upstairs and all kind of weird things. It's a literally companion dog.
People who need emotional support animals.
Yep. That's the target there. Another robot dog. This one very real small. So it could fit in the palm of your hand. So this one could be on your desk and thing.
They teach you how to code.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fully programmable, but yeah. Another weird one. This is from ever play Rocket and Clanch.
I saw it. Rocket and
Rocket and Rocket.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, this look like one of the characters from there. What this one doing is nothing really special. It just drive around.
Yeah.
This one is a robot created with your smartphone. I saw this one already. You just magnetically attach your phone to it, most likely an iPhone, and it will. Cause I think it does just set everything for MagSafe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just a robot that's drive around and use ChatGPT. A furry one that's hooked onto your bag. This one furry. This one is for the females. to have like a...
Well, you never know. You mean 2025?
Yeah. The coffee machine look nice too. Just making the coffee, but I do think it's that hard for you to take a cup and put it in a coffee maker and press a button.
Yeah.
The mixologist. Oh, this one was crazy. It mixes the perfect drink. How does it know that? Because it has an extensive library of recipes.
This
and
one,
it knows something.
just because our drinking culture around the world, and like rich people, this one could probably...
Yeah, I agree with you. That makes sense. All right, this one, there's just a box. I don't know what.
Yeah.
May I just put it on wheels? Okay. This is the chess one. The chess robot does play physical chess with you. I guess in old people homes and thing. This is going to replace, people like in elderly homes, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't play chess or play checkers or play bingo.
The third one I saw, but it wasn't on that list. That one I saw, I was like, I don't know.
Yes, there was one. There was one that resembled a male member. Yeah, I saw that.
The one I do, let me see how I can explain this appropriately. The one I saw was connected to like the computer and a video playing.
Yeah.
Right? And it could match the exact actions of the video.
Correct. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. So what it is, right, is a male, is a sex toy. Is what else to tell you about? Yeah. It is a sex toy. And it has games that goes along with it. And the games give a certain sensation.
Yeah. And like if you're watching like any type of video, it would be able to match the exact motion
intensity.
The video.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yeah. So basically,
you know what to do? If you really want to tap into that market, you have to combine this with the Botox doll, and you go make a lot of money.
And have a partnership with OnlyFans, right? So if you know, you know. Right? So like say you download the OnlyFans app and there's a particular plugin or there's a particular attachment where you take the OnlyFans app, put it on this particular computer and attach it to something, you may have a very intimate OnlyFans experience. That's all we'll say about that.
We getting into Black. I think this is the beginning. You know that Black Mirror episode where he was playing the game with his friend?
Yeah,
and they went into the game. There's the beginning of that.
That's that episode. That was it. And Anthony Mackie was in there. So,
Yeah, that's Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon. Yeah, correct. Yeah, boy.
There's the beginning. That's how it started.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, that CES. CES was all about robots. So some of them were concepts, some of the actual things. Yeah, what's that?
5090.
What's that?
The graphic card, the RTX 5090.
Oh, it's actually smaller than the 4090.
Yeah, I'm here on my old 3080. I see that they're 5060 or whatever more powerful than a 4090. I was like, time to upgrade, right?
Yeah, I think it get 240 hertz on playing Cyberpunk. And I think the fastest they ever get on Cyberpunk with the refresh rate was 120 hertz or something like that.
And if my thinking, anyway, I don't need it.
Yeah. The graphics cards used to be fun.
Yeah.
Until everybody just start playing online multiplayer games and they don't care about graphics too much anymore. Somewhere I watch a video about that. Like having real intensely good graphics doesn't matter no more because children just want the experience or people just want to have the experience of
unless it's like a single player game.
Yeah, unless it's It had a single player game with a monkey. I can't forget the name of it. But when people beat the game, they was like, that's it, the game done. And all the old folks was like, yes, you have conquered the game. And it's like, so what's next? And so our old guy was like, play it on hard. And the youth man was like, I don't understand. I can't grasp it. Young people. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. We are currently in the process of restructuring the podcast. We are coming closer to episode 100. So you'll see some new changes on the podcast to the one person that filled out the form. We thank you very much. We will take your responses into consideration because you are probably making it to the end. And I don't think we told the people yet, but I did buy the iPhone. So I have an iPhone right now and I logged on to Apple Podcasts to see what the numbers were.
Finally, stop neglecting the Apple.
Yeah, and we have a good bit of people that listen on Apple Podcasts, which is more than Spotify actually. But the people on Spotify are subscribed, but the people on Apple not subscribed, but they just listen, which is strange. But most of you all listen to at least 75% on Apple, but not subscribed. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts right now, why are you not subscribed, but you're listening to it all the time? Unless there's new people every time, whatever it is. And if you're listening on Spotify, well, thanks for subscribing and listening to the end. And the people who listen on third-party apps, which compromises 17%, I think, somewhere around there. Good for you. Good for you. The podcast is going to be changed up a little bit. We're going to have our own dedicated YouTube channel and all of those things because we realize the number is big enough to actually do more now. Like, you're actually here and staying. And so we're glad for that. So share it with somebody. Let them know that we talk about technology from a Trinidadian/Caribbean perspective. My name is Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT. Oh, so I had to do a recap. I forget I have to do that. So what we spoke about is, first we spoke about TSTT going to use bots. How will that look? What could they use it with? How will people react it? Then we spoke a little bit about AI versus human intelligence, and some dude from the Caribbean was talking about it, but we realized that AI accelerating a lot faster than we may be able to keep up with, and we had to start to think a little bigger than just ChatGPT, but think about more automations and how it does things. And we went through some of the robots in CES and what they could be used for and if they are useful or not. We'll see how that goes. So, yeah, that's it for today. My name is Mr. Charles, Andre Charles, from makeITsimpleTT. But very soon, I'm going to change makeITsimpleTT to TriniTechCast. I don't know if I'll put that in the lower third. I don't know what to do. I think I'll leave it as makeITsimpleTT. But long story short, I'm not on personal social media. So anytime you see me, it will most likely be with the makeITsimpleTT brand because that's the only place I will show, like, I'll do anything on social media because personal social media is frankly repulsive now. And I don't know how you feel about it. But there's my co-host here.
Yeah, Akim there from Redbit_Tech. Soon to be TriniTechCast as well.
You use personal social media? I forget to ask.
I have it there, but I don't post it. I have it there just to check stuff.
Okay.
Last time I posted Instagram was like before COVID.
Yeah, I don't think I don't even check again. I don't want to see.
Yeah. Like for me, I real good at, I could look at something that probably might bother other people. I could look at it now and next 5 minutes I'll forget about it.
Ah, right.
I could be like, whatever. And think about something else.
Gotcha. I understand. Yeah. I like to believe that I have that ability, But the stupidity of humanity sometimes it does bother.
It's got to I be like I don't have high expectations most people, so I could look at most outrageous things and be like in the moment I'd be like for 2 or 3 minutes, and then after I'd be like, all right, time
just
to
keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Look at something else. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I get you. All right, that's it there, folks. We'll see you all next week when we talk a little bit more about technology. Don't forget to share the podcast. We're gone later.